Hello, I'm Zoe and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time coming here and seeing the video, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let's get into it. While I'm taking down my hair, I will be using this oil along with this Dew Grow. So first and foremost, how I got started, I had to do a big chop. Like, it was just a must. There was no way around it, under it, through it. I had to do a big chop. I began by cutting all my hair off, and it was not pretty. Honestly, I didn't realize how rough I looked until I went back and looked at old pictures. Like, it was truly something so sad. Around that time, I really had no idea of what hair products I should be using. Like, I had just cut my hair in a spur of the moment type of thing. I cut off about, I'd say about 4 inches or so. Then I decided to do my own research because I knew it was time that I had to figure things out because no one else had really known what to do. But I knew I needed a set plan. I couldn't just sit here and let my hair just be hurting like that. So my first hair growth tip is stay away from heat and chemicals if you can. That being said, because heat damage, that's literally going to just burn your hair off and then completely ruin your curl patterns. I'm not saying that you can never ever put heat on your hair ever again in your life, but I'm just saying be cautious of how you do go about putting heat on your hair. And also make sure that you use heat protectants always whenever you're either just blow drying, sitting under a dryer, and especially flat ironing your hair. Especially flat ironing your hair. Some people's hair can manage heat better than others, and they may be able to flat iron their hair 3 times a week, 7 times a day, whatever. But if you know that your hair is becoming damaged and you're completely losing your curl pattern, then stop. Stay away from the heat. Also, with chemical products, read the ingredients. Like I said in my last video, if one of the first 3 ingredients is not water, or all of them are just speaking gibberish and you don't understand, do not use those products. You will get nothing from that. You're just going to keep damaging your hair over and over again. And then what's the point? Because you're not getting nothing out of it. As a kid, my mother used to perm my hair like crazy. Me not even understanding the whole concept of a perm, I was just like, okay, do whatever you want to my hair. But then once I realized, like, hey, I want to wear my hair curly without having to do bantu knots or doing twists or having to do a braid out or anything. Every time I want my hair straight. My next tip is you need a regimen. You need to know when you're going to do your hair. Set like certain days apart from each other, whether you're going to wash your hair once a month, once a week, once every 2 weeks. You have to know whenever you're going to start doing a lot of high manipulations on your hair. Because if you're constantly touching on your hair, tugging on your hair, doing everything 24/7, ponytails, buns, braids, twists, just not letting your hair sit there and breathe for a second, then yes, you're messing up your hair's time to just sit there and grow and live. I've always had lots of products in my house, but I never really knew what worked for me. And to this day, I mean, I've learned what my hair likes and what it needs, and such as like hot oil treatments, deep conditionings, and protein treatments. I never knew what hair porosity and all of that stuff was, and I wasn't ever really interested. I just knew I wanted my hair to grow quickly and as much as it possibly could. Once I did get into it, I realized I shouldn't be doing as many protein treatments as I was, because since my hair is a low porosity, I can't keep overloading my hair with protein because that's just going to dry my hair out and strip it of all the moisture that is naturally in my hair strands. So I had to cut out as much protein treatments as I was doing. Also, a hair growth tip. You need to do, I'm not going to say you need to do, but a lot of people should try doing deep conditionings every so often. Hot oil treatments, that really promotes hair growth. Another hair growth tip I have is trimming your hair. I'm not gonna say everyone needs to trim their hair once a month, once every 3 months, at the end of every year, but you know when you should trim your hair. For me, whenever my hair starts getting ratty at the ends, or whenever I do my twist outs, and at the end of my twist, if it's not coily and it's just completely straight, I just go ahead and cut it off. If my ends are not coily like that and they're just straight, then I just cut it off because it's dead. There's no point. It's not going to grow anymore. Another hair tip is proper protective hairstyles. Yes, proper. Not just any old regular, just because they say it's a hairstyle that's protective. No. But I mean, just wearing your hair in like buns or just straight back cornrows, braids, whatever, that's a protective hairstyle. As long as your hair is up and your ends are tucked, it is considered a protective hairstyle. But you have to be considerate of what you consider protective. Such as whenever you do really harsh braids or any type of weave installment, if you do your cornrow braids to the point that your scalp is turning red and like you just feel constant pain, if you can't sleep that night, it's probably not protective. I'm just going to say that right now. So I'd advise you to tell the person who does it, or if you do it, go back and at least loosen it just a bit, enough to where it's firmly in there, but not too much to where you feel like your skull is going to crack in a matter of seconds. I've also noticed that when people do weaves, if you're going to do a leave out and the hair type that you have is like bone straight, you're going to have to flat iron that hair constantly, whatever part of your leave out is. So by the time that your hair comes out of that wig or whatever leave out weave that you have in, that part of your hair might be heat damaged depending on how long you leave that hairstyle in or how often that you choose to put heat on it and constantly straighten it. If you're straightening your hair every day, 3 times a week at least, and like constantly going over it without using any type of heat protectant, you're bound to get heat damage. Like, it's just bound to happen. But then again, like I said, some people's hair can withstand heat more than others. So it really just depends. You just have to know your hair. You have to know what your hair wants and when it's screaming for you to stop. Also, another thing for if you do like to wear wigs, at least for like weeks or months at a time, to promote hair growth, castor oil and wild growth hair growth oil. If you put those throughout the strands of your hair, like throughout your braids, and put the wild growth hair growth oil throughout your scalp, and make sure you massage it in your scalp, which is the next hair growth tip. But if you do that while you're wearing your wigs, that is amazing for hair growth, healthy hair growth. Next tip is massaging your scalp. You can massage your scalp while you're washing your hair, while you're putting your products in. Always use the pads of your fingertips. Never use your nails to go into your scalp. When you're massaging your scalp, that promotes blood flow through your hair, which then promotes hair growth. It would be great to massage your scalp while you are applying any type of hair growth oils like lavender oil, peppermint oil, and Jamaican black castor oil. If you ever just apply oils to your scalp, or if you're doing any type of oil treatment, always massage it into your scalp. Because once you get that blood flow going through your scalp, you're gonna get that hair growth coming through your scalp. So for sleeping arrangements, invest in a scarf, a bonnet, something. If it is not silk or satin, you should not be sleeping on it or with it. If your pillowcases are cotton, that is not good for your hair, because if your hair is constantly exposed to cotton, that can cause damage to your hair by drying your hair out, and you're more prone to breakage and split ends if you are constantly rubbing your ends, your hair, whatever, up against cotton. And then you'll be upset when you wake up the next morning and you have breakage all over your pillows and your sheets, and you'll be confused. Well, I just told you. I wash my hair, I pick and choose like on my wash days if I'm going to be using a clarifying shampoo or not. You normally only need a clarifying shampoo, and it'll tell you if it is a clarifying shampoo. Whenever you notice that you have a lot of buildup from products you have used from days or weeks ahead of time, and some people get product buildup more often and faster than others, so it's really just a matter of your judgment. But I go about using shampoo just depending on how my hair is. If I have a lot of like product, like from using gels or just like from leave-ins and everything, if there's anything in my scalp that I know needs to be removed and cleansed, then I will use a clarifying shampoo. But I do not use it often because it can strip your hair of those oils and dry my hair out, because my hair needs hydration. Whenever I do finish washing my hair, I rinse my hair with cold water. A cold water rinse helps to grow your hair and keep your hair long and healthy for way longer. Cold water lays down the outer layer of hair more smoothly, which that prevents moisture loss, snags, and heat damage. So I'll always try my best to remember to rinse my hair out with cold water once I finish, like with my conditioner, shampoo, or however many steps I'm doing that day, co-wash, whatever. A lot of people have asked me if I have tried rice water. And yes, I've tried it, and it worked fairly well for me. I just wasn't ever consistent with using it, nor did I ever like record like my growth after the fact. But I know that it did work the first couple times I used it, and I just never really bothered to use it again. But if you do choose to use rice water as a hair growth treatment, do not do rice water more than once a month, because I've seen many videos and just many like reviews of how rice water can overload your hair with protein and dry your hair out. In some videos I've watched where people did the rice water challenge, and they did it for like maybe like a week, like continuously back to back putting rice water in their hair, and it had completely changed their curl pattern. And that was enough information for me to not ever want to get quick results ever again. Last but not least, as far as taking supplements, there are hair, skin, and nail supplements, but after watching as many videos as I have and doing the research, prenatal pills are great for growing your hair out, especially if you're taking care of it properly and you know what you're doing. Prenatal vitamins are not only for pregnant people, but don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Don't just start popping pills because Zoe said so. But other than that, I'll be back with my hair completely stretched and the final product. Okay, if you made it this far, then you have seen like this is kind of the final product. I didn't fully do my whole stretch routine that I would normally do, but I also forgotten something. I had tried my first hair mask about 1 or 2 weeks ago. Loved it. These products together, I ain't seen nothing better. That was the first hair mask I've ever tried, that type of like clay type of hair mask, and my hair came out feeling so smooth, so strong, so healthy. Like once I put all the products in and do my twist out, my hair just looked so moisturized. I loved that hair mask. Couldn't ask for something better. But I will now be showing some pictures from my hair journey, where it started and where my hair is. No point in blaming you. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Make sure you subscribe and share to anyone if you'd like, and I'll see you next time.